Hi everybody, it is Friday and I'm back doing my Friday live presentations for you. I'm just doing it a little bit later because, well, I did Tai Chi this morning at my local hospital and they do it at 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So I think I'm going to be moving this to the 1:30 time for a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to be using Ornamental Christmas. It is a fabulous bundle. It is part of the online exclusive offering, though. So, um, you will not see it in the book. This is, you see it online, stampinup.com, or if you go to stampwithjoy.stampinup.net and do shop now, then it will take you to my Stampin' Up store. It is Ornamental Christmas. It is a red rubber set. We're going to be using three of the stamps today. It has these great sentiments with a really nice font, and then it has this tree and another tree like this. It has dies that cut things out, and then it has a circle die and an ornament die, and just some other pieces. These are the tops to the ornaments. You can do two at the same time, and yeah, so this is just a fabulous set. um, Bundle with the dies and the stamp set. It also is a suite of products. Now, I didn't bring out the designer series paper because I will not be using the designer series paper today, but I am going to be using the black and white and gold baker's twine. This is a really nice twine, and it's kind of braided, the white with the gold. So it's really nice, sturdy baker's twine. So we'll be using some of that today too. Now, if you have paid attention this morning and you saw my post for my um, Instagram blog hop, Instagram hop, sorry, not blog hop, Instagram hop that I also post on Facebook, this is what I did. I used balmy blue because that was our color for the week. It's always monochromatic, and I've decided I'm going to just change it up just a little bit, just a couple of things will I be changing up. So let's see. I decided, see, this is a really nice blue, but it's like I'm going to do it in the shaded spruce color, which is a really nice, rich green color, which is really nice for Christmas. But I still like the blue. I like the blue a lot. So you guys at the end, you can decide which one of these you like better. So I have a piece of shaded spruce, and it is my standard card base, which is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And then we're going to score it at 4 1/4, and we're also going to score it at 2 1/8. So half of 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. And we're going to make a simple Z-fold today. So this is my 4 1/4, so that does it right in half. And where's my bone folder? Here's my bone folder. So with that one, and then the 2 1/8, it is exact. For if you fold it back in on itself, then you get this nice simple Z fold for your card base. Now I do have a few other pieces. So we're going to need some basic white, which is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So again, that was 3.5 by 4 3/4, and we need two of those. One for the outside layer here and one for the inside. So we need two of those in the basic white, and we need a piece of shaded spruce. And the piece of shaded spruce is 1/4 inch smaller, so that's 3 1/4 by 4.5. So again, this is going to be a layer like this. So just give that a little definition there. And we need a die cut circle from the bundle for this set. We also need a die cut for the top of our ornament in gold. We need another strip of gold. I just went through my gold and found some strips. So this one happens to be 3/4 of an inch wide and 3 inches in length. So, and then we also need another piece of basic white for sentiment. And that piece is 7/8 inches by 2.5 inches. So those are my pieces that we need, that and our card base. So I'm going to move this one out of the way for a minute. We have our card base, and then we have these pieces here. So now let's get started doing some things. Let's go ahead. First off, I'm going to take this piece and I want to blend some ink on it. So I'm going to do tone on tone. So I'm doing shaded spruce on top of shaded spruce. This is one of our newer pads. Been around a while, but they are newer. And I need, let's see, where's a piece of just a really ugly piece of scratch paper that I've used before. And I'm going to flip this over because I have started doing this so that you don't have to watch me do all these layers of ink on here. So I'm going to get some on the pad with my blending brush, and I'm going to get some of it off so that I don't get big blobs of color. And then I'm just doing an area behind where my ornament is going to sit, and this is just going to get a little extra definition. So if you've ever wondered how to give your cards just a little more depth and definition, this is how I do it. Just go ahead and get some ink on here. So the middle part's going to be mostly covered, but we'll just put it on there anyway. So that's going to be some ink, and went ahead, so my circle's going to be like that, and so see, you can see a little extra depth and definition there. So we're going to set that one aside, and we're going to bring in our circle and our stamp. I'm using this tree here because it's just a very nice pine tree. And I have trimmed my stamps down a little bit more than what they originally came as, so that I don't get any ink garbage. I did trim them a little bit closer. And we're just going to do full strength on all of these. I'm just going to go down just a little bit on this one. And down just a little bit more. So there we have our 3 trees. Close my ink pad up for a second. Oh no, I need it again. I'm going to take my Be Jolly stamp set and my little strip, the sentiment strip, which was the 7/8 inches by 7/8, right there, by 2.5. Set this aside for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my Be Jolly. So I'm going to go ahead and just get my stamping done. I'm going to stamp the inside too while I'm at it. So I'm going to do my Be Jolly. I'm going to leave a little extra room over here because I do need to flag that. And I'm getting lots of ink all over my fingers. And then I'm going to take one of these pieces, one of my inside pieces, and I'm going to take my tree again. I'm just going to stamp a little tree right here. Just kind of going off the edge at the bottom. And I'm going to take the 'Tis the Season stamp. All of these stamps are in the Ornamental Christmas. As you can see, I did trim this one down a lot so that I didn't get stamping garbage. Put my decal on and then I trimmed it. Okay. I'm going to come at the top here. We're going to kind of go down and hopefully this is straight. Hold it there for just a second. Beautiful. I think it's straight. Close enough. So now we have all of our stamping done. And if you are here watching me, just go ahead and say a little hello. Oh, sorry you had trouble finding me today. I was just a little bit late. I had a little bit of a technology issue. All right. So let's get that ugly piece out of the way. And we're going to bring in our trimmer. So this is a little tip that I use to get the middle part if I want to make a little flag in the end. So let's just put this, and we're going to kind of center it. Okay. I got a little piece of washi tape here. I'm going to hold it in place. I'm going to bring my cutting blade up. I'm just going to, oh, is that the middle? That is not the middle. Let's get that in the middle before we cut that. There we go. That should be the middle. Now we're just going to cut down in just a little ways. Maybe a little bit further. There we go. So we have our center there. And we're going to take our scissors. I hope they find another source for the paper snips because they're just fabulous. And then we're just going to cut in to that line there. Well, I need to go in a little more. I think I need to go in just a little bit more. We're going to go in just a little bit more. There we go. We're cutting that into the center, just to the center. Then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to line this up, and we're going to cut the other side. Now, when you make your flags, you do not have to be quite this precise. I'm just showing you a trick if you do like to try to get them precise. You go all the way in. There we go. So there we have our Be Jolly with the little flag on the end. And we're going to take this piece and we want a little flag on the end of this one as well. So we're just going to kind of center that. Okay, I guess I didn't need this piece quite this long, but we're going to try to center that. And then we're going to just match that. So, there we go. Now we have that one is ready to go. We have those two, and we have this piece. This is our inside piece. With these two pieces here. Let's go ahead and let's attach these two pieces together. Just going to use some of my stamp and seal here. Put these two pieces together. We want to make sure there's an even border all the way around. Make sure this is even. It's not quite even. So carefully pull this up. Try this one more time. That's a little better. All right. Now we're going to have to start doing a little assembly. There's our pieces here. And let's see, I think first, what do I want to do first? I think first I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this, but I only want to go part way. So I'm going to figure out where that is. I want an even border. This is a nice large border on this. And we're going to hold that there. And we're going to take a little pencil and we're just going to kind of mark. We can erase that pencil line later. This is just a light pencil line. So this is the part that will get dimensionals. Make sure. Yes, this side gets dimensionals. So put this on. I wouldn't have to put dimensionals on this part. This is totally optional. If you want it flatter to put in the mail, you might not want to do that part. Make sure these go over here. And take your pick tool, get these up. Then fold this back down again and get that an even border around. Try to get it straight. There we have it. A little tiny pencil line there. I'm just going to erase that off. Okay. Now I have this part of my card. I think I need a little more with the bone folder here. There we go. That's a little flatter. Now we're going to start building some things up. First off, I want to attach these two pieces, and again, you know me, I love my dimensionals. So I'm going to bring in some mini dimensionals. You could do edge pieces as well. And I want the bottom part of this, just where the jolly is, I want that to have some dimensionals. Okay. And I'm going to put this kind of like this. Try to get it straight. Oh, that's why I needed it longer. Now I remember. Let's move this little dimensional here. Let's move this one. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to have dimensionals over here. So let's just leave that one there. And grab some dimensionals for here. And I need one more underneath there. Take the paper off, because we're going to do a little dimensional surgery here. Take the paper off, lift that up, use my take your pick tool, and slide that underneath there to hold that in place a little better. Alright, there we have that part is going. And this one, I think I'm ready to maybe put that down. Now let's put a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue or green glue right here. Not going to go all the way. I'm not going to go all the way to the end there. But we're going to put a little bit of that on there. And we're going to put this right about here. Right about there. Then we're going to put our ornament here. That one's going to be kind of really, really on the edge there. That's where that one will need to go. Maybe up just a little bit. And it's going to go there. Oh, and I forgot my string. Should have put my string on first. That's okay. We can still do that. We'll figure it out. We will definitely figure that out. Okay, so this needs two dimensionals. Needs double dimensionals, I should say. We are just going to load this thing up with dimensionals. I should have used just a big one. That's what I should have done. And then we're going to put more dimensionals on top. So we're doubling up on our dimensionals of this particular piece. Like I said, you do not have to use as many dimensionals as I do, but you know I like my dimensionals. So if you've watched very many of my videos, you know I really do like the dimension. Okay, now this one is not going to need some on this side. Let's get some dimensionals here. Let's get one at the top, bottom, here, and I think here, and probably not there. Put one there. Alright. Let's get these papers out of the way. Brush those. Ah! Doesn't want to come. There we go. This, yeah, it's about right. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, let's get this attached. Then, let's see, how am I going to do that? Oh, I do need my string on here. Let's get my string. I need about 3 inches-ish. Not going to be real precise. Let's get the inches versus centimeters. So this one needs to go behind here. And take the rest of these off. I'll get this on here. Try to get those trees fairly straight. And this one has to go in here and tuck behind. So because it's dimensionals, it's going to be easier to lift that up. Let's switch to the spatula. Just going to lift that up a little bit. Oops, it's not locked in. There we go. Just lifting that up because, surgery, because I should have done this step before. Totally forgot it. I'm sure you guys never do that. Okay, so this has to go back here somewhat straight and a little bit of tape. Just going to grab some regular Scotch tape here. We're just lifting this up and attaching this back here. So, like I said, I should have done that before, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Okay, that looks fairly straight. Now, because we ruined the sticky on our dimensionals, we're going to use a little glue. We're going to put it right there in those spots where our dimensionals were, and we're going to push that down. Hold that for a second so that it sticks. So this is how to fix your mistakes. There are no mistakes, just happy creations. And let's move this back again. Get the papers off of here. That's nice and sticky. And here's the top of our ornament. So we're putting that on. And all we need is a little bow to finish the outside. I've pre-tied one so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do that. And I have some glue dots right in my drawer here. I'm going to do a glue dot on the back. And we're going to use our Take Your Pick to unfold that glue dot over a little bit so that it doesn't show. We are folding that over. And this is going to go right here. Right there at the top of our string. We've got our little bow there. Now we just need our inside. So the trick for the inside again is the same as this white layer here on the front. the trick to getting this where it needs to go, we're going to take it, we are going to flip it over, and we're going to match that up here. And we are going to, here, I'm just going to use this since I have it here. We're going to put some of this here. And then we're going to, again, make sure we're going to attach it again, or lay it down again. We have this on here like this. And we're going to close the door. So that makes sure that it gets in the spot that you want it. So see, when it's closed, you can't see it, but then when you open it, it's like this. And it stands up like that. Now hopefully you can all see that. So that's how it works. So go ahead. We're going to try the bone folder again to see if we can get it to lay down just a little bit more. And this one as well. There, it'll just lay down just a little bit more. I'm going to bring in the one that I did earlier, which was not a Z-fold. So we have both of these. We have it done in the green with the Z-fold, and then the balmy blue. Oh, but I forgot gems. We can't forget gems. What kind of gem should I use? I'm thinking for this one, instead of the rhinestones, this has it's just the rhinestone basic jewels. This one is the iridescent foil gems. These are one of my favorites. And we're just going to pull this out here. And we're going to use some of these iridescent foil gems because they are clear with some gold in them. Very pretty. So we're just going to use these. And we need another small one. There we have it. We are totally finished with these two cards. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation today. And, tell me which one you like best. Do you like the traditional with the green? Do you like the blue that's a little less traditional? And I'm so glad you joined me, and I'm so glad you're making comments. And I hope that any of you that watch this on replay will also make comments, because I do go back and I like your comments and I comment to your comments. So I just really love your comments, and share this. Actually, if you like this, share it, save it, um, and just case this card and make one of your own that's either similar or with the same products. Like I said, we're using the Ornamental Christmas today. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.